All right. Hello, everyone. This is Rafi from Young Global Education, and today we're having a live session with one of our prominent uh, partners, University of Hertfordshire, and we'll be joined by Mr. James Farron, who is the South Asian Regional Manager. All right, James. Nice to meet you. And first of all, I'd like to welcome you to our live session, and thank you for taking your time out to join our live session.
No, you're very welcome. Thank you for having me. It's good to be back with being global. I know it's been a while, so yeah, glad to be here.
Yeah, yeah. And before we continue our live session, we're just gonna watch a short video that's made on the university. So we have the students have the experience, virtual experience, and what they can expect from the university. Yep, great.
You might be wondering how living on campus will work when the new term starts, with the current situation and the need for social distancing. Whether you're a new or returning student, you can expect to find a fun, friendly and safe place to live on campus. Things might feel a little different, but a lot of things will stay the same. We have award-winning accommodation with 4,500 bedrooms to offer on both our campuses, and that hasn't changed this year. You can still choose from single ensuite, townhouses and studios, the perfect space to give you the best university experience. And they're all only a short walk away from your campus facilities. All our rooms have Wi-Fi too, so whether you're studying online, catching up with your favourite Netflix series, or video calling home, getting online is quick and easy. When you arrive on campus, there'll be some signs around the halls helping you get around safely. Extra cleaning will be happening and hand sanitizer will be available in all our shared spaces. Moving into your accommodation will be organised by time slots, and we will send you some clear instructions about what you need to do to move into your new home ahead of time. Living on campus gives you a great opportunity to socialise, even in the current climate. Similar to your current household bubbles, your housemates will become your new community, so you can get to know each other and get involved with some of our events. We have been busy planning a programme of activities that keep you safe, but ensure that you don't miss out on the fun, social aspect of starting university. As always, there'll be 24/7 support and security available to you, in person and online. From our resident assistants who live on campus to our university police teams, if you have any concerns, there is always support nearby. So whether you're joining us for the first time or coming back to us, we're ready for you with great accommodation, gold standard teaching and learning, and amazing experiences. And a quick thanks in advance to you, our students, for following the new health and safety guidelines and adapting to the current changes we've put in place to protect you and the wider university community. Remember, there is a place like home at Hearts, and we can't wait to see you.
All right, great. That was a great video, I must say. And I think that was extremely informative for students who are actually looking to apply to the University of Hertfordshire. And just before we proceed, I'd like to say that after a successful September session, we've already started getting tons of applications for the January session. So today's live session will be focusing on the courses and the entry requirements and the facilities and so on for the January session. So, James, over to you. Just before we would start our live session, would you be able to just give us the idea about the university, its history, and the location where it's located?
Yeah, absolutely. Just to start to say that our January intake is generally focused on postgraduate courses. So it'll be postgraduate courses that we run with work placements or advanced research projects as well. So they are our 1+1 courses. So that's something that you're interested in. You want to come to the UK, get a master's degree, and also get the chance to get some international work experience as well. That's something that the University of Hertfordshire will be offering during the January 2022 intake. The University of Hertfordshire is based in Hatfield, which is a small little town just 25 minutes north of London King's Cross. We have two campuses. We have the College Lane campus, which was established in 1962, and that's more traditional university campus. And then on our newer campus, our de Havilland campus, our more modern campus, that's where we have our humanities and we have law there. We also have the sports village there as well, which is a £35 million structure. It's a fantastic resource, and if you're into sport, it's got everything that you could possibly need. On our more traditional campus, on the College Lane campus, that's where we have computer science, engineering, life and medical science programs as well, and our humanities buildings as well. So it's a real good mix. We have 8 different schools of study at the university. So really, whatever you're interested in, whatever your long-term career goal is, whatever you want to do in the future, the University of Hertfordshire will be able to support you with that.
All right, great. And all right, James, can you please just talk about some of the popular courses that students from Bangladesh tend to apply for, especially for the January sessions?
Sure, yeah. So Bangladesh is quite an interesting one because you get quite a big variety of courses which people from Bangladesh tend to apply for. So what I've generally seen in my experience is the computer science courses are very popular. The life and medical science programs are popular.
Right.
The law programs are very popular.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, so that's another big focus. At business and engineering as well. They're the sort of 5 that I would say, generally speaking, out of the 8 schools that we have, they're the 5 courses which are the most popular ones. Now, in terms of our computer science, what we've done at master's level, we've got different specialities. So software engineering, there's networks, there's cyber security, there's advanced computer science, and data science and analytics. So it really gives you a chance to, a lot of you guys have done your undergraduate and you've got a good understanding of the IT sector, you've got a good understanding of computer science. But at doing a master's at our university, you'll get to go to that next level, to that more specialized subject. And if you do cybersecurity, you're basically the police of the internet. If you go on to software engineering, you're the guys that are making all the apps, which it's been very, very important in the last 10 years or so, I would say. So that's a good thing to focus on as well. In terms of our business courses, probably our most popular business course, I would say, is MSc International Business, but we also have the MBA running as well. Now, we launched the MBA last January. But it really is a fantastic course, and we've got 12 different streams that you can go into. So you obviously get the MBA, and you get everything that's associated with that tag, but you will also get the chance to go into a different stream. So if you wanted to go into the healthcare sector or the tourism sector, whatever industry, you can kind of pick out what kind of pathway that you want to get a really overall experience. Now, the other thing about the MBA is that the MBA building has opened on campus, and it is a state-of-the-art facility. It's absolutely brilliant. So it really gives you that professional environment to sort of get you ready for the workplace in the future as well. So yeah, that's the courses that we offer.
So basically, pardon, sir. So basically, what I was saying, students who are actually looking to apply for the MBA course, they will basically have the opportunity to have a professional, to study in a professional environment, right?
That's right, yeah. So it's really much trying to create that kind of commercial environment that you will eventually be in once you go on to get the kind of career that you want long term. So it's kind of it's about creating that sort of reality for students as well. And in terms of life and medical sciences, there's a range of courses that we have there: biology, biotechnology, pharmacology. That's we have a £50 million life medical science building which has been established. So we want you guys to come and use that. It's absolutely state of the art facility there as well. And what haven't we touched on?
You can talk about the law building, obviously, because I did my master's. Yeah, obviously. I did my master's, I did my LLM. So law building is, I must say, they have pretty much one of, if not the best law court building I have been to. And studying law at that university is just a completely different experience, because obviously they have advanced law court building, CPD suits, and mediation center. So basically students, law students especially, they will have the opportunity to experience that while studying there. So that's, I think, I'd like to mention for the students who are looking to apply for their master's LLM at the University of Hertfordshire. And now, could you requirement for the master's course?
I'm sorry, my internet just cut out for a second there. Could you repeat yourself?
Yeah, no problem. I will just repeat the question. So, can you please just talk about the entry requirement for the master's course?
Right, sorry, yes. So generally speaking, we're looking for 55% in your 4-year Bangladeshi degree. So that's CGPA of 2.4 out of 4, I believe, at the top of my head. So that's the basic requirement. Generally speaking, IELTS 6 with 5.5 in each band to be accepted to the vast majority of our courses. That's kind of the baseline of what we expect. There's different courses, there's some different changes, but for the courses that we're talking about for coming in January 2022, that's the requirements that we're looking for.
Okay, and now can you please add, since we just talked about the master's courses, right? Now, can you just talk about the bachelor courses as well that are available for the January sessions?
Well, we probably only have one, and that will be our top-up,
Okay.
our business administration top-up, and maybe the LLB top-up as well. So you're doing a third year. So if you've already done 2 years, and you say for example, if you're a Bangladeshi student and you've done 2 years of LLB in Bangladesh and you want to come to your third year in the UK, that's the only undergraduate course that we offer. So it's only level 6, so it's only the third year. It's very much a postgraduate orientated intake January.
Right. So it's basically there's a one course available for the January session, right?
For undergraduate.
Yeah, undergraduate for bachelor's.
So
yeah.
2. There's the LLB third year, and then there's the business administration third year.
So basically the top courses. Yeah.
Yeah. But essentially, it is a postgraduate. It's a postgraduate intake.
Yeah. All right, no problem. And okay, so now just can you please talk about the students? I'm getting questions from students a lot about regarding the application procedure. If you could just talk about how can they apply,
So just at this moment in time, what we're doing is we're trying to complete our September intake. So we're waiting to do that, and we'll hopefully get that all wrapped up by the end of this month. So it's the 24th of August today. So hopefully by the 31st of August, we'll be all wrapped up. And then you'll be able to make your application at the start of September to come for January 2022. Now, there's a number of ways that you can make your application, but what I would do is speak to Tarek, speak to Imon, speak to the team at EN Global, because they'll give you the full support. They've worked with the university for a number of years now. They know our processes. They're in contact with us on a constant basis. So if you go to EN Global for support, you'll get the counsellors, not just to give you guidance about the courses that we have, but also about the processes, also about the visa application and everything that goes along with that as well. So that would be my advice. If you've got the course picked out, go to the counsellor at EN Global, ask their opinion. You can speak to Tarek if you're an LLM. I think Tarek's the guy to go to. He's had the experience himself, so that's probably would be the best way to go about it.
And now one major thing that is the facilities. So students keep asking us about the facilities that the university provides to the international students. So can you just talk about that a little bit as well?
Well, Tarek, you probably know more about it than I would. You were a student there.
Yeah, obviously I'll be sharing my experience, but if you could just give us some ideas about the.
Okay, I'll go. So for all of our computer science courses, we have a huge computer science lab. We actually also have an ethical hacking lab for students who are studying cybersecurity. So that's basically testing to make sure that programs are durable. Penetration testing is making sure that you can't be hacked, essentially. We have a range of other facilities about engineering. So if you're doing automotive or mechanical engineering, we have rolling rigs, we have a functioning garage as well. We have our own wind tunnel on campus, and we also have our flight and driving simulation machines as well. So you can really get the experience of the engineering and the performance aspect of that. In terms of facilities that we have for life and medical sciences, we have multiple labs where you'll be able to do tests. We also have an on-site pharmacy at the university, so we have our own pharmacy on campus, so you can get that experience working in a pharmacy if your long-term plan is to be a pharmacist. That's something that you can do as well. Also, as well, we have multiple. We have 2 gyms. We have a huge swimming pool. We have cricket nets, badminton, basketball, squash, a gym with 250 plus workout machines within there as well. And then we also run classes. So if you're into yoga or if you're into spin, whatever it's called, you can do that as well. So there's a real range of things that you guys can be involved in. In terms of, there's the MBA centre that we mentioned earlier, which will have multiple journals and access to meeting rooms. There's also the law building, where we have our own Crown Court on campus, and within the law building as well, we offer pro bono work, so you guys can get that international work experience working on legal cases as well. So that's a really, really interesting thing to be involved in, and once again, giving you that hands-on experience, which you can then take into your further careers as well. We have our own observatory as well. So if you're a stargazer, you can look at the stars at the University of Hertfordshire as well. We have 2 24/7 libraries, multiple cafes. We have restaurants. Yes, the university campus really has a lot for students in terms of their social life and their academic life as well.
Exactly. All right. I'd like to add one more thing, which is the major concern for the students, especially for the Muslim students who are applying from Bangladesh, that if there's any facilities for halal food as well, and any prayer center. So I'd like to add that obviously the university has a huge cafeteria where halal food is available along with all the other food, and they also have the facility for multi-faith people, basically the multi-faith space where you can pray during the Friday prayer. So I have joined there as well. So that's, I think I would like to mention to the students who are concerned about that. So they will have basically the opportunity to practice their religion when studying at this university. And Sports Village, which you just talked about, I think it's one of the most fun places to be, especially if you would like to be involved in the after study activities. That's basically one of the best places after study. So yeah, and apart from this, I think can you just talk about basically I'm getting questions from students regarding the questions that may be asked during the PCAS interview. Can you please just give us some ideas about what sort of questions?
What's asked during the pre-CAS interview?
Yeah. What sort of questions are asked, basically?
Sure. So the pre-CAS interview generally will reflect your personal statement. So what you put in your SOP, that's going to be very similar to the kind of questions that you get asked during your pre-CAS interview. So you'll be asked about your intent to study. So why have you picked that course? Why that course specifically? What modules are you interested in? What accreditation is the course covered by? So that's kind of be course specific there. Why you want to come to the UK, so US, Canada, Australia, other destinations you can study in your own country. Why do you specifically want to come to the UK? Think about UK culture, think about UK's history in terms of being open to international students, think about the UK community. There's quite a big Bangladeshi community in the UK. So that's something to think about as well, feeling sort of home from home as well. So why the UK? Why the University of Hertfordshire? You've got to remember there's 120 different universities in the UK.
Right.
Why do you specifically pick the University of Hertfordshire? Right. Yeah, so you need to have an idea of the area, why the university is a good place to study, the programs of the course, and the facilities as well. So all the things that we've been discussing during this session today. And finally, your career. Now, one of the key things about doing a degree is it's kind of a stepping stone to your career, isn't it? That's kind of why you go to university. It's why I went to university. It's why you went to university as well, Bud. So we go to universities to get ahead in our careers. So have an idea about what your long-term career goal is. Have a think about how the course is going to get you to where you want to go. Think about what companies that you want to work for, positions that you want to work in, what's your salary going to be, all that kind of thing as well. You'll also be asked questions about your financials. So how do you have the money? Do you have a bank loan? Is it family money? How much is the course that you're paying for? How much is it for maintenance as well? You'll also be asked about whether you'll be traveling alone or bringing any dependents with you as well. You'll all be asked about study gaps as well. So if you've had generally speaking, anything longer than 5 years, you'll need to cover that. And we'll also be asked about previous immigration history. So have you ever had any refusals before, not just from the UK, but from any other country? Have you been refused entry to Malaysia, for example? You need to report all of that as well. And if you have any extenuating circumstances, please make sure that that comes along in your application as well.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's about it. I think that's, generally speaking, all the things that you'll be touched upon. But all you need to remember is that for the pre-CAS interview is that if you are a genuine student, you don't need to worry about it, because you'll know the answer. You'll know the answer to those questions. It's only if you don't know the answer to those questions it means that you wouldn't be a genuine student, because you're not coming to study. So you don't need to worry about that.
So basically, students should have a clear understanding about their courses and their future plan, and how will this course help them with their future plan. And it has to be extremely logical, and they should be well aware of it, about all the aspects of their courses.
Yeah,
okay,
that's right.
I think that's quite informative for the students. And all right, can you just talk about the tuition fees, and if there's any scholarship opportunities for the students? Because it seems to be a major concern for the international students as well, especially for the Bangladeshi students. So if you could just talk about that.
No problem. So standard fee courses are £13,950. Non-standard courses are £14,500. Computer science courses are £15,500. The MBA is £14,995. Okay, there is a range of scholarships that we offer. We offer the Chancellor Scholarship, £1,000. Sorry, at £1,000, £2,000, or up to £4,000. We also offer an early bird scholarship, which is £1,000 discount as well. So that's the scholarships that we offer. Now, when you make an application, you don't need to say, "Oh, I want a scholarship as well." We will review your application, and if we think that you're worthy of a scholarship, you'll be automatically granted one. And if you make a payment for a certain deadline, which hasn't been confirmed yet, but we'll let you know on that, you'll get the early bird, which is £1,000.
So basically, obviously, there is a scholarship opportunities for the Bangladeshi students, which I think a great opportunity for all the students. And all right, now since Bangladesh is still a red listed country due to the COVID, so could you please just talk about the basically the restrictions, if there's any, and the necessary precautionary measures if the students have to perform while they're in the UK. Can you just talk about that a little bit as well?
So if you're still on the red list, you'll need to quarantine for 10 days in a quarantine hotel, which has been given a title by the government in order to come to the UK. Once you've done your quarantine, you can then come out and do whatever you want, as long as you've tested 72 hours. Before you take the flight, and then 72 hours once you've arrived in the UK and you've got negative tests both sides as well, you'll then do several other tests during your quarantine as well, because sometimes you get a latent
in the UK, right?
In the UK.
Yeah.
However, we will be giving full updates and full departure information on all of that stuff in the next bit of time. what we're trying to do is we're waiting to see what the government does in the next bit of time, because there is a chance that countries may get removed from the list. And Hertfordshire, our biggest, South Asia is our biggest market really, and India's come off, is now on the amber list. So we're kind of waiting to see what happens there. But in the next bit of time, before you start traveling, before you start paying for your flights, etc., we will give you the information about processing, how the university support, etc. So please stand by for that. That will be with you in the next time.
Yeah. So once they quarantine themselves, once it's over, so they will be able to join the on-campus lectures, right?
Yeah, once they've finished their quarantine and they've done the 10 days and they've got negative tests, then you're allowed out.
Then there's no restrictions. Basically, they can just go out and join the lectures.
Yeah, at the university, we're still having some restrictions put in for social distancing in classes, to have one-way systems. It was actually in your video that you just showed right at the start. We're very COVID conscious, so we want to make sure that we're sort of safeguarded. But yeah, generally speaking, it will be a return to normality. But yeah, we're going to still keep social distancing in place, and we're still going to thoroughly clean the university to make sure that all the surfaces are clean, and also in the social areas for social distancing to maintain as well.
All right, that's great to hear that. And right, James, maybe I skipped on one more question, which is, can you please tell me if there's any courses with work placement as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So what we were speaking about earlier, the work placement courses for the computer science programs, masters that we offer, for the MSc International Business, we offer the work placement with that course as well. Life and medical science courses, we're hoping to issue some work placements. That's not been confirmed yet, but that's something that we're looking to do. Also with the law courses as well, so you can do some pro bono work to get that international work experience.
All right, and now I think we have a question from Syed Sabir bin Morosh. So he's asking, can you please tell me the last date of entry for international students for September session? So he's asking about the last date of entry for international students for September
Does
session.
he mean enrollment or to make an application? Because to make an application, that ship has sailed, unfortunately.
It says last date of entry. I think I think he's asking about the entry date.
I'm going to say that you're assuming you mean enrollment.
Yeah.
So the 27th of September is the start date of the majority of our programs. So that will be the day that you need to enroll by. However, depending on the situation with what happens with COVID, there could be chances to extenuating circumstances there as well. So do stay tuned, but the 27th of September is what we're working towards as a university currently. If you're asking about making an application, applications closed back in July. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, so we have got one more question from Mizanur Rahman. So basically, he's asking if the university is accepting the YTC for the January intake for master's
International. Yeah, we do. We accept that.
Yeah. So Mizanur Rahman, currently the University of Hertfordshire, they're accepting YTC for the master's course. And we also have one more question from Nazia Muhammad. So she's asking, I got conditional letter from university and passed my internal exam. Now I will pay half fees. Then it's possible to get unconditional offer letter and cash as well for September intake. I think she's asking. I think she is asking. She got the conditional offer letter from the university, and she wants to pay the half tuition fees. And is it possible for her to get unconditional after paying the half tuition fees for the September session. I
Yeah,
think,
if the student hasn't already paid their deposit, they've missed their place.
yeah. So without paying the tuition fees, partial tuition fees, there's no unconditional letter will be issued, right?
Well, you're unconditional if you've met all the conditions. The payment
Yeah.
is to then go on to interview. If the student hasn't made the payment, because we close payments 31st of July, so that's a while gone now. So I think if you can ask her to clarify what she means, because if
Yeah.
she just wants to pay more of a fee, that's fine. But if she's not paid a deposit, she won't be able to come September. But she could defer to January if the course runs in January, if she wanted to.
Yeah, I think, Nasir, can you please just clarify your question one more time? Because I think there's a misunderstanding. So we are not able to understand your question. It would be better for us if you could just clarify it a little bit for us. And yeah, and uh, all right. Can you please tell me about the deposit that that the students have to pay for the September session? How much deposit that the students
Yeah, of
initially
course.
have to
Yes,
pay?
it's £5,000 to secure your place.
Yeah.
Now, once you paid that £5,000, you would then go on to have a pre-CAS interview. If you pass that interview, you then issue your CAS, and then you can make it into your application.
Right. Okay, that's great. And all right, so I think we're at the end of our live session for today. And just before we wrap it up, I'd just like to ask James if you could just give us some suggestion or give us a little bit of idea about the September session. Also, just
Oh,
tell
for the
us some
September
more
session.
about but January session. I mean,
January session,
sorry.
right? Yeah, that's what I thought you meant. Yeah. Well, guys, absolutely come. I mean, it's quite good because we're going to be having everyone back in September, and it will be a good chance to sort of test out and make sure that everything's working properly again. And if you made an application for September and for whatever reason you weren't able to come, you can still defer your place to January 2022. If you're still interested in coming, that's something that you can do as well. Yeah, absolutely, we're very much looking forward to being open again, open for business, and getting everyone back learning and having a great time and a great experience. Yeah, so I really hope you guys want to come. We will be sending out more information about application times probably at the end of this month, start of September.
Right.
But yeah, we're very much looking forward to returning to normality, to having everyone back on campus, to get that buzz around and just get that positive energy around the university again. So yeah, please stay tuned, and
Yeah.
if you want to come, we'd be
Great.
delighted.
Just before you go, I forgot. I think I forgot one more question, which is the SOP writing. So if you could just let us know just before you go about the SOP and what an SOP should contain in it,
The
basically.
content, yeah, sure, that's fine.
Yeah.
So when I was saying earlier about the interviews, it's the same kind of
Right.
content. So
Yeah.
number one, why do you want to study that course? Be course specific. Talk about the modules, the accreditations, your teachers, what projects that you want to work on. Number two, why the University of Hertfordshire? So there's 120 different universities in the whole of the UK. Why specifically Hertfordshire? So high employability, TEF Gold rated, 25 minutes away from London, scholarships, a range of scholarships opportunities as well. Some of the things that you can touch on if you're interested in that. Why the UK? So obviously Australia, Canada, the US, Bangladesh, India, all have education providers, institutions you can study at. Why do you want to come to the UK specifically for your studies? And finally, what is your long-term career plan? Where do you see yourself in 5, 10, 15 years? What do you want to do in the future? To try to be, of course, specific about what kind of companies that you want to work for, what kind of positions that you want to work in as well. And yeah, because it's really about how the course is going to get you there. That's what we've got to bear in mind.
Yeah. Okay. So before we end our live session for today, I'd just like to mention to all the students, if you have any queries or if you are looking to apply for the University of Hertfordshire, you can just reach us through our email address, and you can just call our office. Our dedicated officers will be there to assist you with your applications, SOP writing, and CP writing. So you can just leave us a text as well, and drop us an email as well. So all right, thank you very much, James. It's a pleasure meeting you, and hopefully
Thank you very much.
we'll be having more live sessions before the January intake. So yeah,
Absolutely. You just let me know when.
all right, thank you.
Take care, bye bye.
You too. Bye.